I'm just starting this recording on my way up the Rallt, or Allt, as we call it. Below me, that's Walshpool. That's Llanchadol Hall and the Golfer, Powys Castle Park. The town, Severn Valley towards Newtown, and that's a bit of a long mountain. And that's the canal. There's a helicopter above me as well from my flying school. So I swing you around this way. You see that I'm pretty much at the top. Lovely walk here on a sunny day. I'll just put you in pause. About 10 minutes later, I've reached the top of the trig point here on the top of the Rallt. It's known in Welsh as the Rallt. That's a deviation of Allt, the incline. So behind me, I have that's Gullsfield. Told you down that way. That's Gullsfield down there. Taking on that way, you got Llanymynech. Hold you steady. That's Llanymynech Rocks and the Shropshire Plain. And turn on that way. Those are the Brython Hills. The Moel Golfer nearest towards us. Taking on this way a little bit. Those white houses, those are in Trewen. And Buttington nearer towards us, Kevin Bridge. That's Long Mountain. And the EE mast behind me. So where shall I stand? Where do you want to see me? Now I put my shirt on, so I'm halfway decent. You can see me without causing any indignity and so on. So I think I might stand with England. I turn my back on England, shall we say. I mean, not really metaphorically. Yeah, Wales, we get a lot of money still from England. We are subsidised. Oh yes, please don't bring up the coal and the water, because even if we did charge for water, still wouldn't be enough to make up for the subsidy. So never mind all that is a lot. So today, there's more gaslighting, isn't there? The fact that Rishi Sunak, everything you see is pretty much gaslighting, as I said yesterday. So Rishi Sunak is going to chop 5p off a cost of duty. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, well, that's not even going to touch the sides, is it? And he's going to reduce 5%, because we left the EU, he's going to use that to chop 5% off the cost of EV panels. Brilliant. Again, somebody in rented accommodation, that's not even going to affect them because the landlord won't install it, they haven't got the money, and most people in this country haven't got the money either. So it's only just a tiny drop in the ocean that will only benefit quite a few of only the well-off rather than the majority. So it's all pissing in the wind. But you have to think about who's telling you what, certainly as far as the mainstream media is concerned. Remember that language is consciousness. So if you control the meaning of a language and control the meaning of words, that way you control the meaning, the consciousness as well. So, now pretty obviously women are being raised, the concept of a woman. That Judge Brown Jackson, she's in the Senate hearing, confirmation hearing, and she couldn't define yesterday what a woman meant. She claimed that she wasn't a biologist. Yes, obviously she isn't. It should be fairly obvious to a judge and also to somebody who is a nominee for the Supreme Court, what a woman is. And certainly if you're going to have any judgment, pass any judgment on cases that reach the US Supreme Court, you should really know. And it's a bit like Annalise Dodds, Labour Party's Annalise Dodds, was she Shadow Chancellor, and she famously stated quite recently that the definition of a woman depended on context. So there we go. The definition of a word varies according to who's saying it and who's going to be least offended or most offended by any term or any definition we have of it. So really, we've seen this revisionism before. Last year, is it Merriam-Webster dictionary? they redefined their definition of herd immunity. And it appears that's what we've had, natural immunity, you should say, that we've had for tens of thousands of years, if not hundreds of thousands of years. We have a natural inbuilt immunity. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, would we? We'd all have wiped out. And yes, we have had plagues in the past, obviously. But it is a thing, very obviously a thing. But of course, now immunity only comes from a needle and an injectable, and not from anything that we have done for ourselves or through evolution. We have achieved through evolution. Excuse me, and my shorts are falling down. I've lost more weight again since I wore them last summer, so a bit of a dress. Yeah. So when you have a dictionary redefining, and also the CDC also redefined same thing, did they not? Again, that's been erased out of existence because there is only one form of immunity, and that is from pharma. And now we're talking about what, the 6th injectable this year, the 5th one available sometime in the spring. Of course, for only 75, but of course we know that will be rolled out for everyone as a requirement. Then the 6th later. This is never ending. And why? You have to keep your wits about you. This is why I wish more people would have some sort of skepticism. Unfortunately, well, they don't really much, sad to say. So that's the one thing I would recommend learning. Well, most people learn to do is be more skeptical, but do it from a position of having read thoroughly and having it. So it's very easy to be skeptical when you don't have much background knowledge, because you're not playing on an even playing field. You're still relying on the experts. That's the other thing about the experts, or rather credentialism, as I like to call it. Credentialism is a thing. It isn't any much sign of much high intelligence. It is just a sign that somebody has sufficient intelligence, has sufficient training to gain the credentials. That'll be another topic for another video. I have to keep these short because of storage space. So it's lovely up here. I mean, we're in spring at last. And yes, I've been wandering up here shirtless because I like to get the vitamin D, and yeah, it's nice to get a bit of a tan without paying for a tanning salon in town, which I probably should do. So until I see you again,